But because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
That's what we're seeing on the news, day in and day out. Come on.
I will call together all the king of the earth.
What y'all have to see, what you see happening in Syria and Iraq, is what we're reading here. Behold, saith God, I will call together all the kings of the earth. Come on.
To reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun.
Go ahead.
From the south, from the east, and Libanus.
Libanus is Lebanon.
To turn themselves one against another.
So God's plan, his program is to have these nations fight each other. Let's say it again. God's plan is to have these nations fight each other. Read.
And repay the things.
Listen good to this. And repay the things
that they have done to them.
Write this down. To them is the Israelites. Everything that you see in the news is a direct judgment for what the nations did to the blacks and the Latinos and the Native American Indians. We are the Israelites. It is going to say it crystal clear. Read.
Like as they do yet this day unto my chosen.
So what you see happen to Trayvon Martin, what you saw happen to Michael Brown, Kajim Powell, the Most High said, I'm not asleep on none of that. I see all the injustice.
Do you know we can't be racist? Do you know the so-called black man, Native American man, Hispanic man can't be racist? Do you know that? We might be able to be prejudiced, but racist we can't be. You have to systematically be in position to oppress a nationality or a people to be a racist.
Right.
Do you guys not know that? Do you guys not know the definition of racism? We don't make the laws. We don't own corporations. So therefore we systematically can't be racist.
Right.
Racism is a systematic oppression. Racism begins at the top and it gets to trickle down to us. Give me that. What you got? Give me Romans 13:11.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
You so-called blacks, Native Americans, Hispanic, it's time to wake up out of sleep.
Right.
Enough is enough. It's time to wake up and take our nation back.
Right.
It's time to wake up and bring our people back to the front. Read.
That it is now high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we were believed.
Think about it. It's time. All the atrocity that's happening right now. Everything that's happening with so-called blacks, Native Americans, Hispanics. It's time to wake up. Salvation is closer than it's ever been before. The coming of Christ is closer than it's ever been before. Give me that Corinthians chapter 10, verse 3.
Bring it out.
We're out here to tear down these strongholds and these imaginations of the so-called white man. Everything you've been told is a lie.
Right. This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 3.
Read.
For though we walk in the flesh,
Although we walk in the flesh, although you may see us here staying in the flesh, read.
we do not war after the flesh.
But we're not going to war after the flesh. We're not going to go get guns. We don't need to kill nobody, because why?
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Because we don't live carnally.
That's right.
We live by the Spirit, read.
But mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds.
To the pulling down of strongholds. That's what we're out here to do. Spiritually pull down strongholds. Read.
Casting down imagination.
And casting down imagination.
Bring it up.
The imagination that everybody can be saved. The imagination that Christ is the so-called white man.
Bring it out.
Pulling down that stronghold. That we can marry who we want to marry. We can marry out of our nation. That's an imagination. That's a stronghold. Read.
And every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God.
And we're going to pull down everything that exalts itself against the Bible.
That's right.
Everything that you can imagine that goes against it, we're going to pull it down.
Right.
Give me, let's get something we're going to pull down. Give me John 3:16. Let's pull down a stronghold. Let's pull down an imagination.
Bring it out. Bring it out, man. This is the book of John, chapter 3 and verse 16. For God so loved the world.
Yeah, God so loved the world where everybody runs to. They say we teach hate, but then they went around to John 3:16 and said God so loved the world. Read.
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son.
Read.
That whomsoever believeth in him shall not perish.
Who's the whomsoever? Who's the whomsoever that's talking about in John 3:16? Who is it? And they always, Christians always want to run to this scripture, but can never break it down and tell you who the whomsoever is. They'll tell you it's everybody. They'll tell you it's the world. But the Bible gives you the answers.
Bring it out.
Give me that in Acts 2.
Bring it out. Make it clear, officer.
And this is the book of Acts, chapter 2, verse 21. And it shall come to pass that whomsoever,
Who's the whosoever talking about? Read.
shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Ye men of Israel.
No, everybody.
Ye men of Israel.
So-called Asian man.
Ye men of Israel.
So-called white man.
Ye men of Israel.
What are we reading? We're reading the Bible.
That's right.
Everybody is not getting saved.
Right.
John 3:16 is not talking about the entire world.
Right.
Is that it on that? Go back to John 3:16.
Go ahead.
This is the book of John, chapter 3, and verse 16. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son.
Now let's get in the world. What world is he talking about? You know there's different aspects of the world. It's not talking about the world and the cosmos of the world. It's not talking about the entire earth. You have the police world. You have the sea world. You have the sports world. So, and what is the Bible talking about right here then? He's talking about the world of Israel.
Right. That's right.
Get that.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, and verse 17. But Israel shall be saved.
But who?
But Israel shall be saved.
That's everybody though.
But Israel shall be saved.
So Israel shall be saved, read.
In the Lord with an everlasting salvation.
Meaning the kingdom of heaven, read.
Ye shall not be ashamed.
We shall not be ashamed, read.
Nor confounded. World.
No, it did not. Did it just say, let me read it, you see? Read it again.
World without end.
The world that John 3:16 talking about is talking about the world of Israel.
Right.
If you don't believe it, let's get more. Give me John 17 verse 9.
Bring it out.
Let's get more on the world in verse John 3:16.
Bring it out.
The Bible has to be read precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. If you didn't know, that's in the Bible as well.
That's right.
This is the book of John, chapter 17 and verse 9. I pray for them.
He says, I pray for them. Who is the them he's talking about? Read.
I pray not for the world.
Oh my goodness. Time out. Hold that. Give me Matthew chapter 2 and verse 6 real quick. Who is them? Who is them he's talking about? Let's get out to the meat of this. Matthew 1:21.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus.
So now we just read John 17:9. Who was speaking? Christ was speaking. The black Messiah was speaking. Read.
For he shall save his people.
For he, talking about the black Messiah, Jesus Christ, shall save his people. Go back to John 17:9. Now we know who the them is talking about. Read.
This is the book of John, chapter 17, and verse 9. I pray for them.
I pray for them, his people, Israel. Read.
I pray not for the world.
He does not pray for the world. Now he's talking about everybody. The them is the word of Israel. Read.
But for them which thou hast given me.
Who has given? Who have we been given to? We've been given to Christ from the Father.
Right.
Read.
I pray for them. I pray not for the world.
We pray not for the world,
but for them which thou hast given me.
because we have been given to Christ by the Father.
For they are thine.
Because Christ rules over us. That's why. That's why he doesn't pray for the world. He prays for the world of Israel. Because we are his.
Bring it out.
Is that it on that? Let's get some more strongholds. No, give me what's on the stronghold? Let's get into some tithing. Let's get into some tithing. The church for too long has been tricking our people to spending their hard-earned money. Why they take the money and buy whatever the hell they want to spend it on? Why they go out here and buy jets and designer clothes and foreign cars and take foreign trips and mess with foreign women, which none of it is of God? Deuteronomy, yeah, read.
No.
Yep, read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14, and verse 22.
Bring it out.
Thou shalt truly tithe all the increase of thy seed, that the field bringeth forth year by year.
So it said that we shall truly tithe the increase of our seed. Let's get more in it, read.
Verse 23. And thou shalt eat before the Lord thy God in the place which he shall choose to place his name there.
So whatever the seed yielded, we're going to take it to the place that God chooses. Read.
The tithe.
The what?
The tithe.
The what?
The tithe.
Read.
Of thy corn.
No, the tithe of money.
Of thy corn.
What else?
Of thy wine.
So of wine. So you can tithe corn, wine. What else?
And of thine oil.
Of oil. Read.
And the firstlings of thy herd.
And animals too. Read.
And thy flocks. That thou mayest learn to fear the Lord thy God always.
So to tithe meant not to tithe your money, not to tithe 10% of your net income, but to tithe corn, wine, oil, the firstlings of your flocks. So where's the church getting this from? How are they spewing these lies when the Bible doesn't talk about that? They say the law is done away with, but then they try to use this law to get your money.
Verse 24, and if the way be too long for thee, so that thou art not able to carry it.
So if your tithing was too long and you wasn't able to carry it, what should you do?
Or if the place be too far from thee, which the Lord thy God shall choose to set his name there.
Let's think about this. The Bible's talking about taking the seed and the increase that it gives us by yearly, right? To take it and to go wherever God places for the feast to be for that year. Now what's he saying now? Read.
When the Lord thy God hath blessed thee, then shalt thou turn it into money.
Wait, time out. Hold on. It said what?
Then shalt thou turn it into money.
So we take our tenth of our seed, of our crops, of our cattle, and then sell it if it's too far for money? But that tithing was money. I thought the tithing was the money. Okay, so what do we do next? What's next?
And bind up the money.
Okay, so we take that money and do what?
In thy hand, and shall go unto a place. And bind up the money in thy hand, and shall go into a place which the Lord thy God shall choose.
So we sell what we got there. We take the money. We go to the land that God has chosen to do what with it? Why not just give the money to the priests? If we got the money, why don't we just give the 10% to the priests? That's what the pastors are doing.
Right.
They're taking 10% of your money and taking it and putting it in their pockets. Read.
And thou shalt bestow that money for whatsoever thy soul lusteth after.
Hold on, so I take the money to the place where God chooses. I spend the money on whatever my soul lusts after. So what is that?
For oxen.
Oh wait, for oxen?
Or for sheep.
For sheep?
Or for wine.
Or for wine?
Or for strong drink.
Or for strong drink?
Or for whatsoever thy soul desired.
Oh, so that's what I'm tithing. I take my money, I go to that place, and I spend my money to continue my tithing I'm supposed to do when I first got it. This is what the church is not teaching you.
Right.
If your pastor wants you to tithe, give him a head of lettuce.
That's right.
Give him a head of cabbage. Because 10% of what you make is not righteous according to the Bible.
That's right.
He's dealing in deceit, and it's sin. Read.
And thou shalt eat there before the Lord thy God, and shall rejoice, thou and thy household.
So we take that money, we spend it on some more cattle and things that we like, and we feast with the rest of Israel. Read. That's it. Now, this is what your pastors do. They get up there, they give you a long sermon, about 2.5 hours, sweating, right? That's what they do. And then when it's time, they calm down from being up the devil juice, right? Start talking to you real nice. Start giving you some smooth words, right? This is what they read. Read.
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 3, and verse 8. Will a man rob God?
Hey. So, will a man rob God? Read.
Yet ye have robbed me.
So they use this to deceive you, to say that by you not paying tithe, you're robbing God. That's what they're telling you. Read.
But ye say, wherein have we robbed thee? In tithes and offerings.
So they're saying you're robbing God by not paying your tithes, by not paying your offerings. And they start right there, they close the book, and here come the offering trays.
Now they will see the true men of God. We are not black men, we are the Israelites. That's right. Take care of us. Take care of us. And our children too. And our children too. We have abandoned. We have abandoned. How about you? How about you? People want to know who's the king.
O nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father. O nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father.
Now why they trying to make it so hard to serve God? And why when I say that I'm a Jew it sound odd? For years I've been walking around saying that I'm a black man. I ain't saying that no more, it sounds wrong, man.
This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcast, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.